Rich County, to some, may just be a cold corner in northeast Utah. But to those who call it home, Rich County is a place where competitors live and championships are born. Under first-year head coach Lex Cornea, Rich men's basketball looks to turn things around. With no shortage of returning firepower and a hard-nosed Rebel defense being instilled, the boys who call Rich home are prepared to dominate on the hardwood. Welcome into another broadcast of Rich men's basketball on My Local Radio. This broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, The Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. All right, Rebel fans, get ready as it's time to join the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, down at the court for another edition of Rebel Basketball.
Good afternoon, Rebel fans, or good evening, I should say, and welcome to Murray, Utah, in the outskirts of Salt Lake City. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me for what should be a fantastic matchup between the Rich Rebels and the home Mount Vernon Patriots. We had an interesting start here as the JV game played just one half of basketball, and then the teams opted to begin the varsity matchup close to the scheduled time, as Rich was a little late getting down here to Murray, Utah, or Murray suburb division of Salt Lake City. So we're going to have a quick Gary Tusher pregame show. I had a great pregame show planned for you guys. A little bummed about it, but change of plans last minute. So we're about to start here. So let's run through our J-Bar Excavation scene set really quickly. The Rebels are entering with an 8-4 overall record. They have now won 5 out of 6 in the new year. No opponent during that stretch, by the way, has scored 50-plus in 2021, dominating defensive basketball for the Rebels. As for the home Mount Vernon Patriots, they come in with a 9-3 overall record. They're riding a 6-game winning streak right now, and they have won their last 2 games by 15-plus, including a 43-41 victory over Taviona, who Rebel fans and players remember taking down in overtime on the road just a moment ago. I will have the national anthem played. We'll step aside for that, and then when we return, it's tip-off between the Rebels and the Patriots.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports boosters. The Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot Feed and Supply Store.
Welcome back to Salt Lake City for today's matchup between the Rich Rebels and the Mount Vernon Patriots. We're about to wrap up our Gary Tusher pregame show due to a kind of abrupt beginning and abrupt start between the Rebels and the Patriots. We just had the starting lineups announced for the Rebels. It's 4 out of the usual 5 suspects. You've got Conor Greer, Truman Huffner, Riley Carrillo, the junior, making his first start of the season. Then senior Riley Taylor along with John Scott, who Scott is coming off a 30-point performance not too long ago, just last week against ICS. All right, folks, looks like we're ready to begin here in Salt Lake City between the Rebels and the Patriots. Rich entering with an 8-4 overall record, while Mount Vernon comes in with a 9-3 mark on the season. It's going to be Truman Huffner to do the tipping honors for the Rebels. He'll be opposed by Ketu Achibo, I beg your pardon. Ketu Achibo. Some international players on this Mount Vernon team. Very exciting stuff, though, nevertheless. All right. So, as for our Old Chicago pregame slice, as the tip-off is won by the Rebels, Rich going right to left in their road black uniforms, while the Patriots are in their home whites going from left to right. Scoreless to begin the game now, as Greer moves along the baseline from the left wing, kicks out to Scott for a corner 3, off the rim, rebounded, and ball gets pushed out of bounds. Last touch by Achibo, and so it's going to be Rebel basketball with an inbound play beneath the Patriots basket. Scoreless on the Station on Main scoreboard, as we'll update our Station on Main scoreboard now from the JV matchup. Inbound pass goes down low to Taylor, and he does the rest. So 2-0 Rebels to open up the scoring on the Station on Main scoreboard with 7.5 to play. All right, it's on the nearest, it's up top right now with, the Patriots moving along the perimeter, goes to Jorgensen. Jake Jorgensen drove in, kicks it out to Whitfield. He puts up a 3 off the rim. Rebound goes out to Lamson. Matt Lamson moving to the far side, has it passed right back to him. Now he goes to Jake Jorgensen on the near side. Cross-court pass to Chris Whitfield. Whitfield dribbling out of traffic and moving it up top. Lamson. Inside Achibo at the free throw line, outside to Whitfield on the far wing. Whitfield putting up another 3. That one falls. 3-2. Patriots leading at home over the Rebels after a 3-point shot from Whitfield. Rebels working on offense now. It's with Scott at the top of the key. He moves to Huffner on the wing, and it's back over to Greer. On the right side, back to Huffner, and inside to Taylor near the block. Passes out to Scott for 3. Money! Nearly didn't get any of the netting. It was that perfect of a shot. 5-3 Rebels leading on the Station on Main scoreboard with a little over 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. It's the Patriots passing across to Whitfield for another 3. That's off the rim. Loose ball rebounded by the Patriots. Second chance is good. Lescas Rios puts it in off the glass, and it's a tie game. 5-all on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels have it with Greer up top, passing it over to Scott now. Scott moving it across to Huffner on the far wing. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Huffner passing to Greer on the near wing. Moves it over to Scott for another corner 3. That one's too deep, but rebounded by Carrillo. No, it's off his hands, out of play. And it's going to be Patriots basketball. I got to be honest, I love the mascots going at tonight. We've got a 1776 showdown between the Rebels and the Patriots. Somewhere there's some redcoats turning over their grave. Just over 5.5 to go in the first quarter. We're all even at 5. Whitfield has it at the top of the arc. Driving in now on the left side. Layup off the glass, no good. Ball's out of play. And it was last touched by Rich. So it's going to be white basketball. Patriots have it. Inbound pass goes to Achibo. He moves it up top. Lamson for three in the corner. Off the bank and good. 8-5 Mount Vernon. They're leading at home. Rebels offense on the other end. Taylor inside working. Whistle blows. And it looks like there's going to be a foul on Mount Vernon. The Patriots were appealing for a travel. They did not get it. So instead we have a foul on Mount Vernon. Huffner to inbound it. And instead we got a timeout called by Mount Vernon. So with the Patriots leading 8-5 with 5:10 to go in the first quarter, they call time. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, we'll have the rest of the first quarter here from Salt Lake City.
In a state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
We're going to turn that off because we do have varsity coverage right now. I apologize, everyone. It's been a hectic last hour here in Mount Vernon between Rich getting here a little later and then ended up playing just a half a JV and then moving to varsity. But here we go. Rebels trailing by 3. Huffner puts up a 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Taylor at the far block. His second chance is. And just like that, the Rebels are within 1. It's 8-7 Patriots halfway through the first quarter. Right now it's up top here with the Patriots offense picking up their dribble off the feet of Whitfield. This will be over and back, I'd imagine. Instead, it's poked out of bounds. So the Patriot fan base is arguing that it was last touched by Rich. I'm not sure what they could be upset about. It could have been over and back. I didn't see a Rebel player tip the basketball. But in a small gym here, the fan base can be heard from both ends. Poked away there by Whitfield out of the hands of Greer, who comes back for a block on the other end. What a great defensive recovery by Conor Greer, who nearly got pickpocketed again. This time he's fouled. And we are 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first quarter, and the fans are not happy with the officials already. This should make for a fun 3+ quarters of basketball. Inbound pass goes to Huffner from Scott. Huffner gives it right back to Scott on the near wing. Moves it over to Huffner in the corner. Down low to Taylor at the block. Taylor takes a dribble, picked it up, and foul is called. Looks like it's going to be on the floor. I didn't see any shooting motion, so it's going to be a Rebel inbound pass. We'll have a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play now. Huffner to inbound it. Goes to Taylor. Puts up a shot. That's no good off the glass, off the rim. And the Patriots come up with it. Lamson passing off to Jorgensen. Jorgensen gives it back to Lamson on the far wing. Under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's with Whitfield on the near wing. Whitfield guarded closely by Greer. Dribbling to his left towards the top of the arc and dribbling along the perimeter, now being harassed by Greer. Going inside and outside the perimeter. Shakes a defender, puts up a floater. No good. Rebounded by Scott. Scott, cross half court, over to Huffner. Huffner on the far wing, thought about it, now passes to Greer, who drives in, kicks it out to Carrillo at the block. Great pass, better finish. Conor Greer and Riley Carrillo hook up for a basket. It's 9-8 Rebels. And Riley Carrillo, who's making his first start of the season, is on the stat sheet. It's with Jorgensen, puts up a floater, that's no good, rebounded by Taylor. Jorgensen cutting in along the baseline. Now Scott has room for three in the corner, well short, rebounded by Jorgensen. Just over 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Jorgensen taking command from his head coach Lamson. Whitfield has it on the near side. Whitfield dribbling towards the top of the arc. Picks up a screen. No, he dribbles through it instead. And now he passes it across to Jake Jorgensen. Jorgensen cutting inside the perimeter, now back outside. Along the baseline, whistle blows, and a foul on Greer. With 2:39 to go in the first quarter, Rebels trailing 9-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And inbound pass was taken away for a moment, but the Patriots come back with it. Whitfield putting up a three from the corner, too deep off the back iron, rebounded by Huffner. Truman Huffner dribbling across the timeline. Now he goes to Correa, who passes to Scott in the corner. John Scott looking inside to Taylor at the block, who kicks it back out to Scott. Scott standing right on the three-point line. Cross-court pass to Greer for three. Money! Conor Greer building on his team's lead. It's now 12-8 Rebels. That's Greer's first points of the day, and a quick turnover by the Patriots, giving the Rebels no chance on offense, but Rich hands it right back to Mount Vernon. Here comes Jorgensen the other side. Jake Jorgensen passing to Lamson at the top of the arc. Lamson putting up a wing three. That's no good. Rebounded by Taylor. He hands it off to Huffner. Huffner dribbling across half court. Over to Greer on the near wing. Inside to Taylor. Back out to Huffner. Over to Greer. In the corner now with Scott. Scott deeper in the corner to a corner three from Conor Greer. Back-to-back threes from Conor Greer. 15-8 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Quick 6 points for Greer, and the Rebels adding on to their lead with just over a minute to go in the first quarter as the Patriots miss a three-point shot of their own on the other end. Scott pushing it down the court, passing it off to Huffner, who dribbled at the block, off the glass, and good. Rebels building on here in the first quarter, leading 17-8 with under a minute to play. Patriots have it with Whitfield standing near half court. He passes over to Jorgensen. Jake Jorgensen moving over to Whitfield, 40 seconds to go in the quarter. He puts up a floater driving in. That was well short. Greer comes up with the loose ball, passes up court to Scott, who lost it, and yeah, we have a travel. John Scott kind of awkwardly pinned that ball to his back, and he kept moving. The ball wasn't dribbling. I don't really see that very often. I think he maybe tried to go. I kind of lost it. No big deal. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Rebels leading 17-8. Jorgensen has it on the near side. Near the half-court logo, guarded by Huffner. Number 3 guarding number 3. Now it's over to Whitfield. Chris Whitfield dribbling towards half court. 15 seconds to go. Whitfield passing over to Lamson. Lamson near the top of the arc. 5 seconds. Driving in at the elbow. Kicks it out to Whitfield. Pulls up back to Lamson. 1 second. Lamson at the buzzer. He's fouled with no time on the clock, but the buzzer has not sounded. So it's a shooting foul with zeros. I mean, this is something out of the 1980 Miracle on Ice game. No time on the clock, but we're going to have some free throws coming up. And it's the freshman Matt Lamson at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Trying to cut into this Rebel lead as Rich is leading by a handful. It's now 17-9 as he knocks down the first one. I want to apologize for some of our pregame coverage that we're not able to have, including our Western Ag Credit Standout Student and the T7 Propane Coaches Show. First quarter comes to an end. It's the Rebels leading by 8, 17-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll be right back with the Stacy's Repair second quarter right after this.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High. The Rebels entering the second quarter with a 17-9 lead over the Patriots. As we get ready for the Stacy's Repair second quarter, and it's going to be the Patriots to inbound it at half court. So Conor Greer led all scorers with 6 points back in that first quarter. A couple of triples made that possible. Inbound pass goes to Chris Whitfield. He now brings the ball across half court. Looks in the corner for Jorgensen. Jorgensen out to Lamson for a top of the arc three. That is no good, and it's rebounded by Greer. Conor Greer picking up his pace and moving across half court. He stumbled and lost it, and a travel is called. Looked like Conor Greer just slipped a little bit, lost his footing. Nevertheless, a travel assessed, and it's going to be Patriots basketball. 7:40 to go in the first half. Rebels leading 17-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Jorgensen brings the ball across half court, guarded by Hayden Meek, who just checked in. Kicks it out, and now it's on the far wing with Lamson. Lamson looking inside to Gaidish, and his basket is good, and it's now a 17-11 lead for the Rebels. Conor Greer looking, kicking out to Huffner for a wing three. That's no good. Rebounded by Lamson and the Patriots. Just over 7 to play in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Up top with Jorgensen. Jorgensen driving in, and now goes to Lamson. Back over to Whitfield. Whitfield at the top of the arc. Chris Whitfield guarded by Huffner, and passing it across to Jorgensen. He runs through a screen and now drives in. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Taylor. Dishes it out to Greer, who looks up court to Huffner. Huffner on the wing, passing it back to Greer at the top of the key. Now it's with Hayden Meek inside. Jaden Grohl on the block, back out to Meek. Meek in the corner, cross-court pass to Huffner, immediately fed inside to Taylor at the other block, and that shot's good. 19-11 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Riley Taylor bringing his A game. He's got 6 points already. Lamson puts up a three. That's good. 19-14, a bit of a shootout here now we have brewing. 5-point game here at Mount Vernon High. It's Truman Huffner from the elbow. Shot's no good, and it's rebounded by the Patriots. Jackson Gaidish come up with the rebound. Lamson for three again. That's good. Top of the arc three, and it's now 19-17. Pair of triples from the freshman has made it a 2-point game with just over 5.5 to play in the second quarter.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back here to Mount Vernon High, where the Rebels are only leading by 2 now after a couple of triples from the freshman Matt Lamson for Mount Vernon has cut into this lead for Rich with 5:38 to go in the first half. Riley Taylor and Conor Greer up there with 6 points for the Rebels. Behind them is John Scott with 3, and Carrillo and Huffner chiming in for a basket as well. So the Rebels will start with the ball here after the timeout was called by head coach Lex Cornea. And the inbound pass goes to Huffner, who gets across half court and passing to Meek. Hayden Meek stuck in a jam, looks to Scott at the elbow. Scott wanted to pull up, had it blocked from behind, but Grohl comes up with it. Grohl's shot rolls off the back iron, and it's rebounded by Lamson. Lamson looking in the corner to Gaidish. Gaidish at the block for Achibo. Back out to Whitfield. Whitfield on the wing, dribbling through some traffic and out of it now beyond the perimeter. Hands it off to Jorgensen on the near wing. Jorgensen driving in off the glass. No, rolls off the rim. Rebounded by Correa, who passes to Meek. Cross-court, up-court pass to Scott, whose shot is no good. Loose ball, rebounded by Lamson. Both sides picking up their tempo. Matt Lamson across half court. Looks inside to Achibo. Outside now to Gaidish for a perimeter shot. That's no good, and it's rebounded by Carrillo. Pass goes to Huffner, crossing half court now, and picks up his dribble and goes to Meek on the near wing. Hayden Meek gives it right back to Huffner as the two standing about 3 or 4 feet away from center court. Inside to Scott, pulls up from about 10 feet out, and no good. Rebound by Grohl. Second chance is Jaden Grohl with a great second chance shot, and the lead's back to 4. It's 21-17. Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard with just over 4 minutes to go as Lamson drove in, drew some contact, and won. 21-19 as I was speaking. And with an opportunity to make it a 3-point play now. Lamson was someone that head coach Mike Lamson, the father of Matt Lamson, preached highly about him and his 3 guards, which is Whitfield and Jorgensen being underclassmen and doing a bulk of the damage offensively. Free throw up and good, and it's a 1-point game. 21-20, Rebels leading. Huffner dribbling just shy of half court, then picking up his dribble, had his pass taken away. It's picked up by Gaidish, who had his pass intercepted by Greer. So a couple turnovers for both sides. Huffner crossing half court. Had his pass taken away again. Goes to Jorgensen on a wide open breakaway, and he knocks it home to take the lead. 22-21 Patriots with a little over 3.5 to go in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Carrillo has, after a couple passes, looked to Greer in the corner, who drove in and kicked it out to Scott. He pulls up from about 7 feet and knocks it down. Good look from John Scott, and it's back to the Rebels ahead. It's 23-22. Meanwhile, the Patriots have it along the perimeter. Jorgensen passing to Whitfield on the far wing. Picking up a screen, now dribbling inside the 3-point line, kicks it out, and it's moved up top to Lamson. Lamson guarded by Taylor. Facing a lot of pressure, just over 3 minutes to play. Good entry pass to an open Achibo, who finishes it off the glass, and the Patriots retake the lead. It's 24-23, the home team. Scott on the near wing. Cross-court pass down low to Taylor. Off the glass and good. Riley Taylor working with some trees around him. Able to get the job done, though. 25-24, and we've got a back-and-forth contest right now. Lamson has it at the top of the arc. Nearly lost it, but now dribbles inside the paint. Goes up with it. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Carrillo. He goes to Huffner, who crosses half court now by passing to Carrillo. He goes over to Greer and down low to Taylor. Taylor posting up, going up, finishing it off. Good shot by Riley Taylor. 2 straight baskets for him. And the Rebels lead 27-24 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Whitfield has it on the far wing near center court. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Whitfield guarded by Huffner. Looks to Jorgensen in the near corner. Jorgensen passing it off to Lamson now. Who's guarded by Scott. Matt Lamson starts to dribble and passes off to Whitfield on the far wing. Minute 45 to go in the second quarter. Whitfield guarded by Huffner. Picks up a screen from Achibo. Now it goes back over to Jorgensen. He launches a 3. That's no good. Rebound goes to Achibo. Patriots retake the possession back, and Achibo drives in, draws some contact, and a foul. So Ketu Achibo will take a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Has 2 shots coming up. Rebels leading 27-24. I'll take this time to talk about the Laketown Ledger, which we usually do in our pregame coverage, but the Rebels lead the series 6-0. Patriots yet to pick up a win against the team in the Northeast. As the first free throw is off the back iron, no good from Achibo. Yes, the Rebels have dominated the Patriots from a win standpoint, but it's been close as the last couple of years. Rebels won by just a handful last year as they swept Mount Vernon home and away. Second free throw from Achibo, no good as well. Rebounded by Taylor. Under 90 seconds to play in the half. Huffner dribbling across or near half court, now passing it over to Scott on the far wing. Scott goes to Huffner, down low to Taylor at the block, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Jorgensen. Patriots bringing their tempo up the court. Picking up the dribble and passing to Lamson on the near wing. Lamson dribbling towards the center court logo and dribbling across it, now dribbling in through the paint, picks up his dribble at the free throw line, passes to Whitfield for a long three, who does the rest to tie it. Three-point shot was good. It's 27 all on the Station on Main scoreboard. Under a minute to play, 45 seconds. Greer has it on the near wing. Goes over to Huffner. Huffner dribbling and passing it off to Scott on the far wing. Scott with some pressure. Reverses course to Greer for a corner three. That's way offline. Rebounded. And Taylor trying to get it back out to Greer on the wing where he shot it. And pass was too tall. And with 29 seconds to go in the first half, it's going to be Patriots basketball at center court. They'll inbound it to Lamson, it looks like. Indeed they do. And Lamson content to run some clock off. That's what they want to do. They want to hold for the last shot. It's with Whitfield now on the far wing. 20 seconds to go in the half. Whitfield guarded by Greer. Passing it back over to Lamson. 13 seconds. Lamson picks up a screen. Dribbles in for a moment and then backs out. 7 seconds. Lamson pulling up for three. Nails it. 30-27. 1 second and a half. And the Rebels, do we get a timeout before then? No, I don't think so. So the first half comes to an end, and the freshman Matt Lamson buries a three with just a couple seconds to go to put his side ahead, 30-27. We're going to hop into our Crawford Trough halftime show, where we will have some first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph and some stats as well. So don't go anywhere. It's halftime here in Salt Lake. Rebels trailing 30-27 against the Mount Vernon Patriots.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
History from the gangsters of the past like Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Bonnie and Clyde are at the Legal Tender restaurant located inside the Best Western Dunmar Inn. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the motel. During his FBI career, Dub worked with many other famous agents like Elliot Ness and Sam Calley to take the criminals down. From the names on the menu to the nostalgia on the walls, notorious figures from the 1920s are all around. Come and enjoy a delicious meal surrounded by history today at the Legal Tender restaurant, 1601 Harrison Drive, Evanston.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
back to Salt Lake City as it is halftime here at Mount Vernon High with the Patriots leading the Rich Rebels 30-27 after a late 3 in the second half, in the second quarter. I'm all over myself to put the Patriots ahead. All right, folks, let's get into our Crawford Trough halftime show now. It's the place to eat and drink, and let's talk about what the first half was like for the Rich Rebels. So, the Rebels were led by Riley Taylor, who had 10 points in that first half. No Logan Meerbrook tonight, so Rebels still want to go inside, and they were able to with Taylor, who's been doing great work down at the block. Behind Taylor, we've got Conor Greer with 6 points. He had 2 triples in the first quarter, but relatively quiet besides that. And then right behind Conor Greer, we've got Scott with a 5-point first half showing. He had a 3-pointer in the first quarter and a basket in the second. And then Truman Huffner, Riley Carrillo, and Jaden Grohl all chiming in with 2. Riley Carrillo got the start in place of Logan Meerbrook tonight. And that's some of our first half stats. We'll have more, I'm sure. But we'll also have our first half highlights, always brought to you by the town of Randolph. Now, unfortunately, our Gary Two-Shirt pregame show was kind of rushed due to a sudden start by the Rebels. So I also want to mention some of the pregame coverage we were unable to have, but I want to thank T7 Propane in Woodruff for the coaches show. I had an excellent conversation with both head coaches, and both of them kind of echoed mirroring things. So the Rebels echoed, hey, they've got 3 really good guards who can beat us out in the perimeter. And then Coach Mike Lamson for the Patriots echoed, hey, they've got a really good team down low. They can beat us off the glass. So both coaches knew the other team's strengths and knew their weaknesses. And so now it's just about executing and putting pressure where the other team doesn't want to see it. So I had a great T7 Propane coaches show. For all of your propane needs, give them a call at 435-793-4208. As for the Standout Student brought to you by Western Ag Credit, we'll have a Standout Student tomorrow against Manila at home, so be sure to tune into the Gary Two-Shirt pregame show for that, as that will be a fun one. And then our Old Chicago Pizza in Logan pregame slice, pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious ingredient at a time. 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. Rebels in their road blacks going from right to left in that first half, and Patriots going from left to right in their home whites. As for the crowd here, Rebels seeing Coach Grohl, seeing Coach Pace, a lot of good Rebel faithful making the trip down to Salt Lake area. And then as for the Patriots, good showing from them. They're a very international school. Almost a third of their roster originated from outside the U.S., so hard for those parents to travel, but good showing for the Patriot fan base as well. It's a 30-27 lead for the Patriots at the end of the first half. We'll step aside for another quick break here on our Crawford Trough halftime show, and when we return, we'll have some of our our town of Randolph first half highlights.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Welcome back into our Crawford Trough halftime show. I want to go over some of our stats from the first half brought to you by Rob Leifson. So before I tell you the score, I'm going to tell you these numbers right now. Rich shot 48% from the field and out-rebounded the Patriots 19-12. You would think that would scream a Rebel lead at the half. No, it's actually the Patriots leading by 3, largely due to their three-point shooting. Mount Vernon shot 6 of 13 from deep, 46%. Meanwhile, the Rebels, not bad, 3 for 9 from beyond the arc, but for 33%. So the Rebels need to tighten up at the edges right now to get back in this one. All right, folks, let's talk about some of our Town of Randolph first half highlights. Conor Greer had a pair of threes in the first quarter that were magnificent. Riley Taylor with a handful of offensive rebounds. He actually leads Rich in rebounding after the first half of play. He's got 10 points to show for himself. Jaden Grohl off the bench chiming in with a beautiful offensive rebound and putback. And then John Scott doing what Scott does best. A little bit of everything. He's got 5 points, including a 3-point shot. And those are some of our Town of Randolph first half highlights. Home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and the town clerk, Lena Peer. All right, folks, we'll step aside for another quick break here as the Crawford Trough halftime show will come to an end, and we'll get into our epic recreation third quarter. Rebels trailing the Patriots 30-27.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
All right, folks, time for the third quarter of action here from Mount Vernon High. It's an inbound pass to start it off, brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company, and Scott had a creative idea to begin the third quarter, wanted to find his man Huffner down low, but the pass was tipped out of play. So Truman Huffner now to inbound it beneath the Patriots basket. Inbound pass goes to Scott. He goes up strong and finishes it off. Down low. Great play by John Scott. It's 30-29. And then some chaos on the other end as the Patriots had difficulties inbounding it due to a full court press by Rich. Rebels down one on the Station on Main scoreboard to start the third quarter. Inbound pass once again tipped by Huffner, and tip ball went behind the back of the basket. So it's going to stay with the Patriots. That is out of bounds. Lamson trying to find an open body. Now he's got Georgeson. Georgeson lost it but regained it. Crossing midline. Jake Georgeson picking up his dribble and going inside and getting a pass back out to him. Goes to Whitfield on the corner, gives it over to Lamson. Matt Lamson on the near wing, dribbling towards center with the key and wanted to go to Chibo down low. Pass escaped and got out of play, and it's going to be Rebel basketball. So Scott to inbound it with just under 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Rebels trailing by 1, 30-29. It's with Greer on the far side. Greer looking to Scott at the top of the arc, and now at the elbow for Carrillo. Had the ball swatted out of his hands, but falls to Greer, who dribbles along the baseline, and I think he stepped out of bounds. Yeah, it looked to me like he did. And so it's going to be Mount Vernon basketball. Lamson inbounding it beneath his own hoop. Facing a full court press and gets out to Georgeson. Georgeson dribbling over half court. Passing to Whitfield on the far wing. Back to Georgeson at the top of the arc. And once again back to Whitfield for three. Good. The three-point shooting barrage continues for the Patriots. They're leading by 4. It's 33-29 on the Station on Main scoreboard, and Whitfield forces a turnover. He's got a breakaway, but misses the layup. Ball gets out of play. Last touch by Huffner. Coach Cornea disagreeing with the call. It's going to be the Patriots to inbound it beneath the Rebel basket. Up by 4 with 6:41 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Lamson throws it way up top to Jorgensen. Jorgensen moves to Lamson on the far corner, on the near corner. Picking up his dribble and moving it over to Jorgensen on the near wing. Quick pass to Whitfield on the far side. Whitfield beyond the three-point line. Dribbling inside the arc now, looking and having a shot denied was Lescas Rios, and the Rebels come away with it. It's with Conor Greer right now. Greer moving it up top to Huffner near center court. Greer dribbling out of, Huffner dribbling out of traffic and passing to Greer. Here's Conor Greer. He goes to Scott at the top of the arc, who looks inside to Correa, outside to Greer for 3, off the rim, rebounded by Taylor, second chance, good. Great job by Riley Taylor down low. Back to a 2-point game. It's 33-31 Patriots. Whitfield, pump faking. Lamson shooting a 3. You gotta be kidding me. Another three-pointer falls for the Patriots. 36-31, the lead grows to 4 now. Rebels having Scott pump fake for a 3. Goes to Carrillo at the block. Off the glass, no good. Whistle blows on the rebound attempt. And the foul's on Riley Taylor. Rebels trailing by 4 with 5.5 to play in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Taylor checks out and Grohl comes in. Inbound pass goes to Jake Jorgensen. Patriots bringing the ball across half court. Now looking over to Whitfield on the far wing. Whitfield beginning to dribble towards center court. And dribbling, passing up to Jorgensen for 3, off the back rim. Rebels may have gotten away with one there. Greer looking up court to Huffner. At the elbow, it's Carrillo. His shot's no good. Rebounded, and it's pulled in now by Gaidish. Lamson passing to Jorgensen for a wing 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Gaidish. At the block, looking inside to Rios and back outside to Jorgensen. Dribbling into the paint, putting up a shot. That's good. 38-31. Rebels trailing by 7 now on the Station on Main scoreboard. And that's enough for head coach Lex Corney to call time with 4:41 to go in the third quarter. Rebels trailing by 7 on the road.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back to the third quarter of action. With 4:41 to go, it's the Rebels trailing 38-31. Just got word passed along to me that the matchup for tomorrow against Manila has been canceled. So this will be the last Rebel basketball game of the weekend. But the Rebels have some work to do. At the free throw line, it's Huffner. Truman Huffner dribbling in, shot, no good. Rebounded by Achibo. Achibo dishing it out to Lamson, up court to Whitfield for 3. That's no good. Rebound is poked out of bounds, and it's last touched by the Patriots. Lescas Rios, they deem the guilty party, and the Rebels have a inbound pass to Huffner. He passed it across half court to Scott. Over to Greer on the near wing. Greer dribbling in, kicking it back out to Scott for 3. Yes! John Scott knocks down a triple and a much needed one. 38-34, 4-point game on the Station on Main scoreboard as the ball is pushed out of play. on the offensive half for the Patriots. Just under 4 minutes to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Lamson will inbound in front of his own bench. It goes to Whitfield near half court. Whitfield guarded by Greer, dribbling inside the perimeter, passing off to Les Casrillas. What a block by Conor Greer. Comeback block. Whitfield, long two, good. Took one dribble in from the three-point line and knocked down a two-point shot, 6-point lead. 40-34 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Greer, a wing three, money! Conor Greer knocks down a three of his own. And back and forth we go. It's 40-37. Meanwhile, the Patriots working on offense with Whitfield on the far wing. Whitfield driving in, draws some contact and a foul. 2 free throws coming up for Chris Whitfield. The Rebels in that first half, I should have mentioned this earlier, had no free throw attempts. And we've seen that before this season, actually, where first half, no free throws, second half, different story as Whitfield knocks down the first free throw. So Rich trying to draw some contact down low and take some trips to this charity stripe as Whitfield goes 2 for 2. 5-point lead, 42-37. Greer, another three, another bingo. Conor Greer's heating up. Back-to-back threes from the senior. It's a 2-point lead now, 42-40. Lamson passing to Whitfield beyond the arc. Whitfield to the top of the arc, and now dribbling inside the paint, stepping back. Shots blocked by Huffner. Some great blocks by the Rebel defense. Scott driving in, layup's good. We are tied. 42 all on the Station on Main scoreboard. Lamson getting across half court. He dribbles in, kicks it out. No, he drives it himself, draws contact and one. A nifty layup from the freshman, Matt Lamson, off the top of the glass, and it fell down like a parachute. With 2:29 to go in the third quarter, it's the Patriots once again taking the lead, 44-42. And now it's an opportunity for the Patriots to extend their lead. No. Scott comes up with the missed free throw attempt and passes it to the corner where Greer was waiting. His pass for Carrillo's too tall, off his fingertips, out of play. And it's going to be an inbound pass now for the Patriots on their half of the court. It goes to Lamson. The freshman guard dribbling over midcourt. Picks up a screen from Ochibo. Lamson putting up a three, partially tipped, whistle blows, contact, and a foul. Free throws coming up for Matt Lamson. I mean, my perspective, it looked like he got all ball, but referees got closer eyes than I do. And regardless, 3 free throws coming up as Lamson knocks down the first, building the lead back to 3 for the Patriots, 45-42. 2 more coming up as the second one shot and no good, rolls in and out. 2:09 remaining in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Rebels down 3, possibly 4, as the third free throw is launched and landed. 46-42, Rebels trailing. It's with Scott on the far wing. Over to Huffner at the top of the arc, move to Greer for a wing three, in and out. Ball gets out of play, last touch by Hayden Meek, they say. And it's gonna be the Patriots to inbound it, and a substitution being made as Les Casrillos checks out for Gaidish. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Inbound pass goes to Whitfield. It's the Patriots facing a full court press from Rich. Jorgensen has it on the far wing, now moves it up top to Lamson. Lamson barking out commands, drawing contact, no whistle, diving in, going up with it. Now there's a whistle and contact. So Matt Lamson is setting up a recliner right now at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. He has shot 7 free throws now, I believe, in this third quarter, maybe 8, something in that neighborhood. And he's got 2 more coming up with his side leading by 4. First free throw on the way, and good. 47-42, 5-point lead. Rebels have been living and dying by the 3 so far this third quarter. Lamson knocks down both free throws, 48-42. Bit of a run right now for the Patriots. Scott on the far wing with it. Inside to Greer at the elbow. He loses it. Lamson comes up with the loose ball. He takes it across half court. On the wing, pulling up for 3. Well short, rebounded by Scott. Scott passing across half court to Huffner. He's on the near wing. Back to Scott at the top of the key. Scott had to pass down low, taken away by Achibo, and the Patriots defense forced a turnover. Lamson dribbling across midcourt. Just over a minute to go in the third. Lamson diving in and out of the paint along the baseline, handing it off to Achibo. His pass was rejected by Scott and fell right to Correa, who handed off to Huffner. Huffner passing it across half court to Greer, back to Huffner, over to Scott on the far wing. Scott with the ball above his head, moving it to Greer, or moving to Huffner. Back to Greer, back to Scott for a 3, and that's good. Couple quick passes, and the Rebels knock down a 3-point shot. It is 45-42. I had the scoreboard wrong. 45-42, now we've got it right. 20 seconds, Lamson, layup rolls in. 47-42 now. Or 50-42. And the Rebels, Scott cashed in on the other end. 3-point shot at the buzzer, good. All right, now that I got my scoreboard correct, sorry about that, folks. It's 53-47 Mount Vernon, I promise you, with the Epic Recreation third quarter coming to a close. And Matt Lamson with 2 buzzer beaters nearly at the end of the respective quarters as we get ready for the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. It's the Rebels trailing by 6.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
We're ready for the fourth quarter of action here. It's the Rebels down 53-47 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Achibo working down low and kicking it out into the top of the arc right now with Whitfield. Whitfield driving inside the perimeter, handing it off to Achibo at the block, who moves it up top to Lamson. Matt Lamson dribbling inside the perimeter of the defense, dishing off to Achibo. Travel. Big turnover. The Rebels needed that. Down by 6, and right now everything's falling for Mount Vernon. So if you can't stop the shot, try to force a turnover. Greer with the Rebels on the near wing. Conor Greer goes to the corner for Huffner. At the block, it's passed to Taylor, who draws some contact and a foul. Foul's on the floor. It's going to be a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound pass now for Huffner beneath the Patriots basket with 7:19 to go in the final frame. Huffner looks inside to Taylor at the block, goes up strong and finishes the rest. 49-53. Rebels down by a handful here. Lamson dribbling towards the top of the arc. 7 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. He drives in, floaters off the rim, loose ball. Huffner comes up with it, and as it was going out of bounds, got it out to Taylor. He looks up court to Scott, who leaves it for a trailing Carrillo. Driving in, shot rolls in. And the Rebels are within 2. It's 53-51, and a timeout is called. And Rich is fired up right now. 4 quick points to start the fourth quarter. They're down by 2.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
53-51 lead for the Patriots with 6:40 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter on our station on main scoreboard. We've got an exciting fourth quarter in store for us as the Rebels have come out in the first minute and 20 seconds and put up 4 quick points. Meanwhile, we have not seen a shot attempt, I believe, from the Patriots so far in this fourth quarter. Rich went 7 for 15 from three-point land. Meanwhile, Mount Vernon shooting a hair under 50% so far, 9 for 20. 9 for 20. That's 27 three-point shot point for the Patriots. That's over half the points they've got so far. Inbound pass goes to Whitfield. He gives it right back to Lamson. Lamson goes to Jorgensen on the far wing. Patriots moving it back up top to Whitfield. Whitfield firing it across to Lamson on the near wing. Takes a couple dribbles and hands it right back to Whitfield. Whitfield and the guards playing a little bit three-man game, now dribbling in. Goes to Achibo off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. It's with Greer on the far wing. Greer taking a couple dribbles, picking it up and moving it over to Scott near the top of the arc. Scott barking out commands. In a jam, he goes to Huffner on the near wing. Huffner about 6 feet away from the three-point line. Cross-court pass to Scott. He dribbles inside the arc, kicks it out to Greer, who dribbles inside himself. Goes to Taylor at the block, muscling his way in and off the glass and good. And we are tied. 53 all on the station on main scoreboard. Lamson has it for the Patriots. Well beyond the top of the arc. Dribbling in closer, now going inside. Working along the baseline. His layup's good to retake the lead. 55-53. Greer has it on the far wing. He goes to Scott at the elbow, kicks out to Huffner in the corner. Inside now to Carrillo. Carrillo had the ball slapped away out of play, and it will stay with Rich. 5:14 to go in the final quarter. Rebels down by 2. Huffner to inbound it. Looking for a friendly face, and he finds Greer at the top of the arc. Greer dribbles in and kicks it back out to Huffner. Over to Greer on the far wing. Greer dribbling through the paint, passing to Scott. He looks to Carrillo at the block. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound Patriots. Achibo dishes out to Lamson. Under 5 minutes to play. Lamson taking it across half court and slowing things down. Picks up a screen and now picks up his dribble. Goes to the near wing and has it heading right back to him. Whitfield has at the top of the arc. Whitfield dribbling along the elbow and passing it off to Geidish. Over to Lamson. Lamson beyond the three-point line. Looking to get rid of it. Has his pass poked away, but Jorgensen comes up with it on their half of the court. Now recrosses half court. Jorgensen pump fake the three-point shot, instead passes to Lamson on the far wing. Lamson, a deep three. Unbelievable. Another three-point shot. This freshman special. 58-53. Scott passes to Huffner on the near corner. It goes back to Scott at the top of the arc. Greer for corner three. That's offline. Rebounded by Scott. It goes over to Taylor at the block. Taylor putting some moves on. 3 defenders around him. No one could get to him. Riley Taylor's having a game. Timeout is called by Coach Cornea, trailing by 3, 58-55 in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter, just under 4 minutes to play.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon High. The Rebels down 58-55 against the Patriots on the Station on Main scoreboard with 3:56 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Riley Taylor just picked up what is his 6th point of this fourth quarter. He's got 6 out of the 8 fourth quarter points for Rich. Patriots to inbound it on their half of the court. It goes to Whitfield. He is in a major jam right now, and a jump ball is called. It was Greer and Huffner cornering him in the absolute corner of the court between the baseline and in front of the Rich bench. And the jump ball arrow favors Rich, so the Rebels force a turnover. It's Scott to inbound it in front of his own bench. Scott goes inside to Taylor, had his pass taken away though. Lamson comes up with it for the Patriots. Passes up court to an open Whitfield, who draws contact on his way to the glass, and 2 free throws coming up for the Patriots. Chris Whitfield, another freshman. He's going to shoot 2 free throws right now, trying to add on to his team 3-point lead. First free throw rolls in, 59-55. Second free throw, good as well. 5-point game, 60-55, Patriots. Greer along the baseline, and he stepped on it. Foot slipped a little bit, I could see it right in front of me. Tough break for Conor. And it's gonna be Patriots basketball beneath their own hoop. 3:41 to go in the game. Pass up court, and that one goes to Achiba, who gives it right back to Lamson. Lamson at the top of the arc. Handing it off to Whitfield. Whitfield with some nice handles, but it goes off his foot. It's Scott who comes up with it. On a breakaway, layup scored. That's the senior Scott finishing the play with some tough crowds around him. Another turnover by the Rebel defense. Greer at the block, going up. Shot's no good, gets his own miss, and he's fouled. John Scott had a third quarter for the ages. I think I count 11 third quarter points for John Scott, who is coming off a season high 30 points just last time out on the court against ICS. Rebels inside, Taylor on the block, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Patriots. 3 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Lamson carrying the ball across half court. Now dribbles inside the paint, layup, rolls in. 5-point lead once again for the Patriots, 62-57. Huffner has it beyond the 3-point line, goes to Scott, who gives it right back to Truman. Huffner dribbling in, now kicking out, and a foul is on Jorgensen. Neither team in serious foul trouble yet. So we got a little ways to go with 2:35 to go until some free throws are shot, some 1-1. Scott inbounds it to Huffner. Huffner lost it, but regains it. Whitfield applying pressure, and now Whitfield fouling. Chris Whitfield is not going to back off. He's been playing this style for 3.5 quarters, getting in his defender's face. Scott inbounds it back to Huffner. Huffner yet to cross half court. He'll pass it over to Greer on the near wing. Greer, cross court pass taken away by Jorgensen. Jorgensen taking it over half court. Just over 2 minutes to play. Rebels trailing by 5. Lamson, step back. 3, yes. Another three-point shot for Lamson. 57-65. Rebels trailing, and a timeout called. Matt Lamson, wow, what a day from beyond the arc. We'll step aside for a quick break. It's the Rebels trailing 65-57 with 2:01 to go in the game.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Rebels down by 8 with 2:01 to go in the fourth quarter, largely due to spectacular three-point shooting from Mount Vernon so far. Patriots also taking a couple of trips to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. They are 10 of 15 from the charity stripe. Meanwhile, the Rebels, 0 for 0. They have yet to shoot a free throw. When that's tough. I mean, you got to get the free points, right? It's handed to you. It's on a platter. But if you never get to the buffet, you're never going to get those points. Rich will inbound it on the offensive half of the court. Scott goes to Huffner. Right back to Scott. He loses it, though. Slips through his fingertips. Jorgensen comes up with it and dribbles to space. Passes over to Lamson. Under 2 minutes to play. Lamson with a lot of pressure. Dribbling inside the paint. Layup is good off the glass. Nifty move from the freshman. 10-point lead now. Scott looked inside to Carrillo. Last touch by a Patriot. That ball got out of play. I got to imagine Matt Lamson is getting close to 30 points so far. Inbound pass. Just not the Rebels' day, it seems like. Down the stretch, at least, as Greer passed to Taylor, but pass was off target, went on a play, and it's going to be Patriots basketball. Lamson will inbound it with 1:36 in his side, leading by 10. Inbound pass goes to Jorgensen. Jorgensen trying to get across half court. Reverses course back to Lamson. Lamson now fouled before they're getting it over midcourt. And we've got more free throws coming up, and Matt Lamson is the player you want shooting some free throws if you're head coach Mike Lamson, with 90 seconds to go. And the sides were lining up for some 1-and-1, but one official thinks it's not. Nope. So 1-and-1 indeed coming up. Rebels need a miss here. 10-point deficit. 90 seconds. Lamson at the free throw line for the Patriots. Free throw up and good. 68-57. Lamson's second free throw delivered and received. 12-point lead. 69-57. Under $1:30. Rebels offense working on the baseline. Conor Greer going up and strong and finishing it off the glass. Back to a 10-point lead. Lamson trying to get across half court for the Rebels, for the Patriots. Indeed he does. And now he's fouled from behind by Greer. For a freshman guard, he plays with the ball like a senior. Lamson back to the free throw line with 1:06 to go in the game. His side leading, or 1:08. First free throw up and good. 70-59, back to an 11-point lead. Rebels have yet to allow more than 50 points in the new year. They've given up 71 now. Huffner passing it across to Greer. A deep three. That's good. 71-62, 9-point lead. And the Rebels foul immediately. 55 seconds to go. Rich, not out of it yet. They're down 9. They're going to need some missed free throws, though. That's the best way to get back in this one, as Conor Greer buried a very deep three. He was probably 6, maybe even 7 feet beyond the arc on the near wing. Jorgensen's first free throw up and good. 72-62, 55 seconds to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Second free throw up and good as well. 11-point lead once again. Scott has it across half court. Goes to Taylor, the top of the key for three. No good, short, rebound, Patriots. And Jorgensen is fouled on the rebound. And he's gonna go back to the free throw line. His side leading by 11. I'm no coach, but I'd imagine if he knocks down these 2 free throws, that may be a white flag being raised by the Rebel side. Trailing by 13 at that point with 45 seconds to go as Jorgensen knocks down the first. 74-62, 12-point lead. Coach Cornier calls timeout. We'll keep it right here during the break, though. We're not going anywhere. With 45 seconds to go in the game, Coach Cornier calls time, and I think what he's doing right now is he's saying, hey, if he misses, this is what I want the quick breakout to be. You've got 4 guys on the free throw line, edging the free throw line and the paint. Here's the breakout play. When it comes to three-point shooting, you know if you're head coach Mike Lamson for the Patriots, hey, we'll let the big guys shoot threes. We'll let Meerbrook and Carrillo shoot the three-point shot. We want to zero in on Scott, Greer, and Huffner. Those guys, we're going to try to block the ball out of them, but at the same time, it's a 12-point lead right now for the Patriots. They can afford to let a couple three-pointers go in for Rich as long as they keep shooting their free throws. I invite you to stick around for our post-game coverage after this one. We're going to have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, along with the Auto Farm Chevrolet Shot and Play of the Game, and we'll finish it up with a Garden City game adjustment. A lot of things to talk about after this one, but we got 45 seconds to go. All right, folks. Second free throw coming up for Jorgensen now. If he makes this, it's a 13-point lead for the Patriots with 45 seconds to go. Indeed, he does. Rattles it home. 75-62. Rebels moving down the court. Greer driving in, going to Taylor. It's off her foot, and it's picked up by Whitfield. Chris Whitfield across half court. 35 seconds. He is moving all over the place, and now it's up top with Jorgensen. Under 30 seconds. Jorgensen passing to Lamson. And I don't think the Rebels are going to foul here, and now they do. With 22 seconds to foul on Matt Lamson. And I think Coach Corney's upset because at one point the ball was with Marcus Lescas Rios, and he was the guy to foul. And instead, it's Matt Lamson back at the free throw line where he's been so good as he knocks down another one there. 76-62 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 22 seconds to go. Second free throw up and good. 15-point lead all of a sudden. Scott puts up a three. No good. Rebound, Huffner dribbles out to the three-point line. Passes to Greer. Inside now to Taylor, who draws a foul. He'll shoot 2 with 11 seconds left, and this will be the last shot attempts of the game, as after this, it's going to be the Patriots basketball most likely, unless we have an offensive rebound, and they'll be able to run out the clock with just 11 ticks to go. Taylor's first free throw up and good. Good looking free throw from the senior. 77-63. 14-point lead on the Station on Main scoreboard for the home Patriots. Taylor knocks down both of them. Inbound pass goes to Jorgensen. 9 seconds. 3 seconds, and the Patriots will run out the clock now. And that will do it for us here from Mount Vernon Academy as the Rebels fall on the road, 77-64 against the Patriots. Folks, we'll step aside for a quick break, and we'll come back with our post-game coverage of this one. So don't go anywhere. A lot to digest here as the Rebels fall short on the road.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Welcome into our post-game coverage as the Rebels fall to the Patriots 77-64 here at Mount Vernon Academy. All right, folks, let's get into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Before I recap this one, I just want to say the staff at Jimmy John's are some of the nicest lads you will meet on this side of the Mississippi. Always great chatting with them. They love the games. Go support Jimmy John's on Front Street in Evanston. So, time for the recap now. The Rebels and the Patriots started the first quarter off with a Rebel basket, and Rich actually went into the second quarter leading 17-9. Wow, how that would turn around. Conor Greer led in the first quarter with 6 points. Then second quarter, different story as the Patriots would begin to heat up from beyond the arc, and they would take a 30-27 lead into the half. Riley Taylor led all Rich scorers with 10 points at the end of the first half. Greer had 6, Scott had 5. After the 3 quarters of play, more of the same, unfortunately, for the Rebels as the 3-point deficit turned into a 6-point deficit. The last time the Rebels were leading, it was 23-20. No, scratch that. It was 27-24. Then it was all Patriots pretty much after that. After 3 quarters of play, the Patriots leading 53-47. To my knowledge, Rich only had 2 scores in the third quarter. Greer and Scott. Scott had 11 points, and Greer had 7. Something to that tune, at least. Then in the fourth quarter, the Rebels would come back a little bit, come within a couple of points here, trailing by, at one point we were tied, actually. Scratch that. 53 all as Rich opened up the fourth quarter with a couple straight baskets, but the Patriots kicked it back into a higher gear, and they pulled away from the Rebels to win 77-64. A couple of free throw mades at the end of the game helped the Patriots pull away, and that is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where fresh and fast meet. Visit them at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Now time for the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Precision Play of the Game, we're going to go to Riley Taylor. There was one basket. Taylor had 3 defenders around him. He was the go-to guy down low, and he kept having the rock fed to him, and he was eating it up. So Riley Taylor, our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, with a beautiful basket down low with 3 defenders all over him. Precision Family Dental Care at reasonable rates. Call the dental office of Dr. McKay Frankham to schedule your appointment today. Call them at 307-789-8910. We'll step aside for another quick break, and we'll get to the second half of our post-game coverage here at Mount Vernon Academy. Rebels falling to the Patriots 77-64.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Welcome back into our post-game coverage here at Mount Vernon Academy. Rebels losing 77-64. Let's get into the Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game. Our shot of the game was down the stretch. Conor Greer with a very deep three. He was probably 6 to 7 feet beyond the arc and just knocked it down. So that is our shot of the game. And then as for our play of the game, you know I'm a sucker for defense, and Rich Rebel defense had two big blocks. We didn't see the Rich County government steal so much today, but some great come-from-behind blocks, one by Huffner, another by Greer, and so those two blocks combining for our play of the game. Now time for the Garden City game adjustment where families play. Game adjustment, Rebels did not make it at the half, unfortunately. It would have been to close out more along the perimeter. At some point you think, okay, well these Patriots shooters can't continue to shoot, at this rate from beyond the arc. They did. Unfortunately, they were able to stay hot and hot as an iron right now as the Patriots would end up shooting 50% from beyond the arc, 11 of 22. It's crazy. Rich out-rebounded Mount Vernon 30-21 and outshot them 55-47 from the field. But the difference, Mount Vernon went 20 of 25 from the free throw line. Rich went 2 for 2. So 20 points for the Patriots at the charity stripe, and then 50% three-point shooting. That's enough to make up for not having the height, and that's something that Coach Mike Lamson talked about. And that's a style of basketball that's a little dangerous to play. You're relying on your team shooting hot and doing well at the free throw line, but it worked tonight, and it worked by a point of 13 points. All right, folks, I would usually go to our roundup calendar, talk about what's coming up ahead here. Unfortunately for the Rebels, this will be the last game of the weekend. There will be no basketball tomorrow against Manila for either the boys or girls, and I'm unsure if the boys are going to play Saturday at Telos. I'll have to get back to you on that one, or at Tinnick. Let me pull up which one it is. It's something with a T. But I'm unsure if they're going to have that game on Saturday. I'll let you know if they do. Of course, we'll have coverage for that. It's at Telos on Saturday. So that's a question mark for me. But I know there will be no basketball tomorrow against Manila at home. Well, folks, for my producer, Michael Williamson, for my camera operator, Tyrell Taylor, I'm Matthew Peterson signing off. It's the Patriots defending their home court against the visiting Rebels, 77-64.
You've been tuned into Rich High School Rebel basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, The Come On Inn in Casper, Plains Tire, The Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.